Everyone, welcome back to E20 Zone TV on this Sunday evening. I hope everyone is all well out there in the world and getting over yesterday's shit show at the LS. Before I get started on this video, please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to E20 Zone TV, hit notification bell, and if you want to become a member of the channel, check out the membership stuff. Yesterday was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare, and I was quite optimistic yesterday, but we just got absolutely handled big time. There's a lot of issues that I'm here to talk about on this video, and I want to try and go through as many as I can. Obviously, the aftermath of the video, the sort of Spurs side of things, they was loving it, and that was very, very hard, extremely hard to take. Yeah, but you got to take it. You got to hold the L, and that's what we got to do. But yeah, they was loving their little cup final win against us. But us as a whole, there is a major problem with us. I see people leaving the LS yesterday. I see a video of people leaving the LS, and they was leaving on the 65th minute mark. And then there's also West Ham fans who are saying, well, why are they leaving? They should stay to the end. That's what being a supporter is. I think people need to understand one thing, that a lot of the supporters have supported this club longer than these people that are criticising them. And these people that are criticising them are experiencing this now, when some of the people have experienced this many, many times before over the years with different owners, not just so much with Sullivan. Leaving on the 65th minute when your team's holding three against one of your biggest rivals in the Premier League, I don't expect them to hang about and stay there. Do you know what I mean? One thing I've gathered is a lot of these people that were probably leaving was from afar and thought, you know what, I want to go home. And I'm starting to sense that people are sort of fading away from West Ham, which is heartbreaking. Like, this is heartbreaking, this situation at the minute, that you're seeing empty seats, an empty ground, a ground that you're going to have a lot of football fans in there, but no supporters. And that is something that I've always said on this channel ever since I've started it. If we don't sort this situation out with Sullivan, you can have a ground full of football fans, but no supporters in there. And it's starting to sort of come true. Potter, on the other hand, is a problem. Sullivan is the bigger problem. But I just don't know. I don't know what the future holds for West Ham at the minute. I really don't. And losing the way we lost yesterday was embarrassing, was disgraceful from our point of view. I looked at Potter's interview after the game. I wasn't impressed. And there's just there's no passion. There's no spirit. The word that I'm looking for is there's no real spirit at West Ham anymore. It's people turning up for an event, watching the event, going home from the event. Yeah, they might see their mates. They might have a few beers, might go out for a meal or something after the game, and it's all forgotten about. The issue is that these people are fading away yearly, and there's thousands of people fading away yearly. I also see something else last night, and I see it on TikTok, and I posted it on X, and it had half a million interactions on it and views. And that was of a steward falling asleep at the game. A steward who's there to do a job, right, is there. Looks like a young girl, probably in her early 20s, early to mid 20s. She looks like she's probably been out the night before, and she's sitting there, sitting down, facing the crowd, and falling asleep. Like, even stewards are falling asleep at the minute at this club. It just feels like this club is just being run straight into the ground with no possible outcome, which is worrying. It really is. For me, the only solution is getting Sullivan out the door. Yeah, I think you sack Potter, fine. As I said last night, he's sort of walking a tightrope with everyone now, and I think it's only a matter of time before he actually falls from this tightrope, if I'm being truthfully honest. But Sullivan is the bigger problem at the club. I see him yesterday with his thing next to him, and you know what? I think it's disgusting that them two are in the ground, they're sitting there, they're watching that, and they still can't understand why West Ham are that bad, and they still can't understand why fans are walking away from this club. Fans, West Ham fans, should not be walking away from this club. Right? It's as simple as that. Right? You don't walk away from West Ham, right, unless there is circumstances within your life, whether you've just had a kid, you've just lost your job, you're falling on hard times financially. I know people that go to the games week in, week out, been seeing to get old for years, and they've had enough. They've simply had enough. And the root of the cancer is at the top. And I've been saying this for years. I've stood by this for years, and I stand by it, and I will stand by it, that you've got to get him out of the door. Now, there is protests coming up next week. Um, it's sort of the worst time to have a protest, right? Because West Ham are in a bad way. We need a result. But I understand the protest. For me, the media has got to be upped a bit more. Right, you just got to get into Sullivan, right? Which you can do that by doing protests. But people have lost heart with West Ham. That's the problem. They've lost heart. And I see comments of people saying to me about this channel. I said, "Oh, you're a joke channel. You why don't you go to games?" Right? I don't. I'll tell you the reason why I don't go to games, because we've got a cunt as an owner in charge who's been robbing people for the last fucking 15 years. That's the reason why I won't go to games, and I won't set foot in that gaff, in that new state of the art fucking stadium, which is a fucking property deal. That's the reason why I won't go over there, because I'm not funding Sullivan slag. Simple as that. I'm not funding it. Do you know what I mean? And I'll refuse to. I've seen people lose their homes. I've seen people lose their businesses. I've seen the lies. I've seen it all. So that's the reason why I won't set foot in that gaff until Sullivan's at the door. Get Sullivan at the door, I'll be over there. No problem. Right? Nothing will give me greater pleasure to go over there and watch the team I love play football, even if it's shit. Yeah. Even if shit, I would still be there. But I'm not funding that old cunt's fucking retirement. Right. And I'm not funding his fucking son's fucking nest egg. No chance. I'm not a mug. Simple as that. I love West Ham, right? I can support West Ham from anywhere on this planet, right? I haven't got to be in the fucking ground to support them in that aspect. But Sullivan is the problem, and he always will be. And it really drives me with passion. It really does, because nothing would give me great pleasure for that fucker to be gone from this club altogether. Um, and the future, to round this video up, is as follows: is that we need a result. Like, simply, we need a result. We need some stability. We need some spirit in the sides. I don't know where it's coming from. And as I said last night on the afterthought, which I got a load of messages saying about the way I was speaking on the afterthought. Well, it's my channel, do what I fucking like. I'm worried. I've never been more concerned, as I've always said, about West Ham going down. And I felt like this last year. I felt like if Potter starts slow and we're fighting uphill, and I've seen games today, funny enough, with Burnley playing, giving it a right good go all the way to the end, even though they made a mistake at the end of the game, which obviously handed Liverpool the win. They was giving it a go. They was defensively solid. I just don't see what West Ham are good at the minute. That's the problem. I don't see us grinding results out. I don't see how we do anything right, other than a lot of things very, very wrong. So, it's a major concern. And my emotions over the last sort of 6 months in regards to this club have been sort of on this screen for everyone to see. I've broke down on numerous occasions because my club's dying in front of my eyes. And the problem is, people won't get on board with the protest until the protest takes off, which, for me, everyone needs to get on board with it. Do you know what I'm saying? I've been protesting for 10 years. Like 10 long years I've been on this with Sullivan, and I've hoped for one day that he would leave this club. Do I think he's going to leave this club this season? I think the only way you're ever going to get him out of this club is through relegation now. Like, no, I hate to say that, but relegation for me will hurt me a thousand deaths. Like, that will be ultimate pain to see me club go into the championship, be ripped up, start again. And there is no guarantee with West Ham currently right now, right, in regards of us coming back and being the club that we once were. If we went down, I've seen teams like Leeds be down there for a long time, like Forest be down there for a long time. Even so much so as Sheffield Wednesday, who used to be like a Premier League side, and they're in the mire, they're in the mud, and many others over the years. I Yeah, I don't know what the best solution is. I don't know whether just sacking Potter and bringing Mourinho in or Nuno in is going to change that, because I think the fan base have had enough. But we need a spark from somewhere. We need someone to come in here and galvanise this fan base, and I don't think there is anything anyone can do. Do you know what I mean? I don't think Sullivan's got it in him to invest in a manager and go and get a manager out of another club. I don't think he's going to sack Potter this side of 2025, if I'm being truthfully honest. Like, I think if you can wait till January to sack Julian Lopetegui, and Julian Lopetegui was fucking shit, I reckon Sullivan will wait for as long as it takes before he sacks Graham Potter. I really do. And I'm seeing a lot of similar sort of traits that what I see in the sort of 2010, 2011 season when West Ham went down under Everan Grant. Sullivan had a choice to make in 2011, January 2011. We played Arsenal at home at Upton Park, snowy evening, freezing fucking cold, and we got hammered in the game. And Everan Grant was on the verge of getting the sack, and he didn't get the sack. We was going to get Martin O'Neill in, and he got leaked to the press, and he sat on his hands, done nothing. I've got a feeling he's going to do that with Potter. I think he's going to sit on his hands. He's going to try and wait and see if Potter can get us out of this shit. And if Potter finishes 17th this year, he's got the break clause there where he can sort of get rid of him and say, you know what, I'll get rid of him and we'll start afresh yet again. But as I say, I'm worried. I'm concerned. I don't see where a win's coming from, like, unless we get a stroke of luck. We've got 3 big games coming up, two London derbies and a trip to Liverpool. That is going to be tough. Do you know what I mean? Crystal Palace at home, we don't beat them. Everton away in the new stadium against Moyes of all managers. That's going to be a tricky game. And then we've got Arsenal before the international break. West Ham could be sitting at the bottom of the league on 3 points, and that is a concern. And my fear, before I wrap this video up, is if West Ham get cut adrift by, say, 5-6 points, I don't think we've got back-to-back wins in us to win a game, like, and to get us out of this shit. I think we can win a game, but we're going to lose 2, and that is the major problem with us currently right now. I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with what I was saying. Thank you to everyone who commented on the video yesterday. There was some really bad comments on there, so I had to sort of not put them up and show them. But there were some really good ones. And shout out to Andy. Andy sort of wrote a really good comment on the player ratings. I've done the player ratings on my own last night, 20 minutes video. And I sort of laid out my cards with Potter that he let down the club, and he let down me last night. I knew the Spurs game was big, and I would know what he was all about in the Spurs game, and he just folded like a deck of cards. He really did. So yeah, let me know what you think. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to E20 Zone TV and all that game, and I will see you in the week with a Have Your Say live. Be there. Come on, have your say. You know how it works on here. But for me, to round this video up, it's wet, it's miserable, it's Sunday. It's just another day in the West Ham world, isn't it? Take care of yourself. Peace.